Hey everyone, Corey here coming in to do the weekly channeled message. This one is for the week of May the 24th, 25th, May the 25th, 2022, following all the way into the weekend. Please remember, this is not to replace any psychological medical advice. It's not a personal reading. This is me reading through the energy of what is happening out there in the universe. Last week's message, I spoke about the high winds and like hurricanes type of storms I was receiving, and just kept seeing these hurricanes, like the only way I could describe it was like hurricanes, and it ended up being like the tornadoes. I think it was tornadoes hit Ontario in the past few days, and the hurricane energy of angers, and those angers we have really seen come to life in the past few days throughout the U.S. and throughout the world, of course, but throughout the U.S. and watching and having to bear witness to the behavior and actions of some people, and the cost and what it cost innocent people when those stories in people's heads play out to be a narrative of thinking that they have to cause harm to others. So we are still in the tail end of the Mercury energy. We're still in the tail end of this war and anger and this this horrific energy that is blowing the worst of the worst in. So we still have some of the worst that is taking place. We still have some of the worst energy, and we also have still a lot of manipulation that is playing out, and that's still playing out in the bodies, in the face, and the eyes of those who'd like to play God or try to play God. And so we do have a motives to manipulate and deeper control that is still at play out into the world. So today, as I feel this energy and I connect into this energy, is first and foremost love. Prayers go out to all who have been impacted and affected by the circumstances and situations that have taken place in our world, and by Mother Nature, by people, evil that gets into the minds of others. And I send much love and light out to the people, and just prayers of healing. And how do we heal beyond these times? And more anger of dividing each other is not going to help this situation at all. So we ask for us to come together to find a balance, put all your differences aside and all let's work together for a solution, and to just be love, support, and light for those in the world that need it right now, so that they can fall and crumble into, go into their grief where they need to be, and to not to be played or to be used. They don't need any of these things right now. So sending out that love and light and healing, and wrapping them all in the arms of God consciousness. So feeling through and picking up this energy and moving forward, as we have to move forward into the weeks and into the years and the days that are coming, is that we do have some really still tumultuous energy that is out there. We do have some darkness, and we have some not great moments, but it's very, very clear and obvious as a channel of the God consciousness, is that we have to be very much willing to, or find our way to choose to be on that right side with God, to be in that place of staying in the light, to not be fooled, not to let doubt, fears, or the divide that is the narrative of divide, to divide us in these times that we are facing. We are also in a time where there is much love and light in the world, and it's hard to see sometimes when all we're being shown, and all we're being shown is the ugly. And when that's the narrative, is to show us the ugly, to make us to really put our focus there, then that's all we see, and that becomes the energy that's moving forward. So let me just get in Let me get in deeper to move beyond the human emotions and where we are. I ask for messages that are of service to us and to where we are right now in the world and in our energy and in our truth. So I keep seeing like the eyes. I keep seeing eyes, like we're being watched, we're being observed. Um, we're also, and I gotta go back to this. I keep getting of, instead of being on divided sides or trying to find these divided sides on earth and in disagreements and opinions, it's time for us to get on the right side with God in our hearts. And whatever that means for you, it just means, being good, kind, generous, grateful, all of those things that are needed right now more than ever. I'm sorry. I'm really struggling with this message this week. I'm really struggling because there's so much that it's like I just feel like needs saying. I know my ego's in the way. I know my fear to say what needs to be said stands in the way. And so I'm asking for God to shift and move my own energy to take me the way, because I would like to have an opinion and a say. And what is transpiring in the world is wrong. It is fucking wrong. And how we treat each other, how we have become to each other is just so wrong as a world, as society, how we have the narrative to be cruel to each other. I pray what we ask for and what we're praying for is healing, and that we can start to heal. And this has been implemented into our world as a virus of the mind that is to get us to actually shut down more, to be more afraid. Am I on the right side with God? I would like to hope so, because I know with all of my heart that I have been so afraid to walk the line of wanting to really stay in that middle road, that middle ground. But to be lied to and to have the narrative of us being told these manipulation, to be manipulated and lied to and treated as if we are fools, that we know different stories and we see the behavior, we see the actions, and then pretend as if we never seen it, is bullshit. And the things that they're trying to bring out now are the same things they tried to shut us down for many years, for being, a witch, for being a psychic medium, for being a channel, for, using our ESP, for telepathy, for clairvoyancy, all of these things, alien work, for speaking and communicating to beings, all of those things that we have been a part of for years. And we have been giving the heads up, the prophecies, the warnings, can we not see all of those things that we have been doing and living in and existing for years? And now all of a sudden, when they want you to look the other way so that they can bring in narratives of how they want the world to go more towards what they want the world to be, how do you think they brought in some of their rules and laws and beliefs? It was by getting you to look at the witches back in the day, by getting you to look at the so-called these people are evil and we need to get rid of them, by getting them to turn against Jesus and see Jesus as a man who was the threat, was as the problem. Well, now they're trying to turn the everyday people into the threat and into the problem. And now they're trying to just give you breadcrumbs to get you to look at, to see the world, to see things in a way that is just like, oh, don't look at us, look at your neighbor. Don't look there, look over there, so that they can bring in their new world and their new way. But the new world and the new way, I can tell you that God is coming in, and God is going to bring in a whole new, awareness of in a way that you have never seen, the way that we have never been able to even witness. And all that is taking place, all I keep hearing is, you just wait and see. What shall unfold? Watch and see what I can do. You think you can play God? Well, here we still stand. Hear us as witches, hear us as healers, psychic mediums. Here we still stand. Why we still stand? Because we are light. We are not the darkness. We are not the problem. We had these prophecies. We've had these truths. We've told these stories. As a indigenous, passed down generational healer, as a witness, and as a seer. And as a seer, we have called this for many lifetimes. We have called this up and we have called this out. And we knew these people would appear again. And so as you turned out the lights, as you hung burnt, as you take the lights, or you try to simulate and make us into the people that would be the right kind of people for society, as you keep trying to do that in their own ways, not you, them, that you could never silence us. You could never stop us. And we are here to stay. And we are here to walk this earth. And we are here to now turn our lights up higher and brighter, to get louder, to get bigger. And we don't need to follow mobs. We don't need to be paid and hired to be an activist for an organization that'll make money while you're out pounding the streets, losing out on your life and your joy and your happiness. Mm-mm. Our reward is in feeling the love in our hearts, in knowing that we are walking the way of doing the right things for the right reasons, to be benevolent, to clear out our angers, our hates, and to forgive and to live with that within us, to know that to be our truth, to not to back down. So is this your weekly message? No, this is a prophecy. And this is a prophecy that we have been wanting her to speak for so long. But she too has had some sort of fear. And now she cannot deny who and what she is, what you all are. And if we keep fearing the systems, we will become the system. And it's time for us to be free, to walk free, to love thy neighbor, to support each other, to be here for each other, to look at all sides of things, to see things in a different light, because the eyes are watching. And I don't mean these eyes of these worlds of social media and those places who have been playing God. For they have set out to shut us down and destroy us one by one. One by one. But you can't kill a spirit. You can't take a spirit out. You can take a human. You can kill our finances and take our money, but you can't kill a spirit. A spirit is eternal and it lives on forever. And our spirits are alive now more than they have ever been. And we are alive. And we are here now to awaken the world, to shake up the world, to get more and more, to come into this place of love, to not to be the anger, but to be pure love, pure light, You will see the light. You will see the darkness. You will see the rage. And you'll see the battle. But what you'll see the most is the reign of victory. As we sing and dance and set ourselves free. Because we're not in the narrative of your stories no more. We're not the problem. We are the solutions. And we are all here to be the solutions. You will see for miles and miles and miles the light coming in. For now, you will see the storms, but they too will stop. And you will see the light, the heat, the warmth. But we will expose and open the doors and clean the house of those who have tried to do harm or be unkind and uncivil to our people, who have been about that narrative of passing a world through here that is not the world that we have fated in your destiny. We will be here. And all will know, and all will see, because our spirits have come back to life. We have risen. We have rose back up, and we have wisdom and knowledge, and you can't kill a spirit. We are alive. And we are awakening the spirit inside of each and every human throughout this world. Wait and you shall see. Stay on the right side with God. And don't worry. It's not all those who sit on a pew. For remember, who tried to burn the witches? Who did this to Jesus? But we would never behave like them. We will only act from love. Never, ever. We just bring justice to the world. Not more hurt, not more pain, not more punishment. Pure love, pure light. We are with you all. We walk with you all. We are here with you all. Much love. Well, I was just going to say, I'm sorry that that's where the message took us, but when spirit channels through, I don't believe that I get much say. So I hope in some way that this message resonates and this message reaches who it needs to reach. And uncertain of what was just said, I'm a little shaken myself. But I trust, and I trust God, and I trust the spirit, and I trust the divine. And more than that, I trust me now. To be the right kind of person, to do the right kind of things that are in alignment to the truth. To not be afraid. I send you much love, much light, and I pray for healing throughout this world. We ask for healing. Much love. Bye-bye.